Up until we did it, we were afraid the guitar might not be able to be
Yeah, we
played.
didn't know if it was really going to work. Was it going to fulfill its destiny? It has this entire crazy song written about it, and it took so long to get to this point, and now it's the last thing to go on. Is it going to work?
So much expectations could drive a goyam mashuggy. My main concern was with making it a functioning instrument again. Electric guitar 12-string neck is not something that's very easy to find and must pretty much be made to order. And by 2013, I redoubled my efforts and invested in a high-end boutique neck for it because that was about all we could get. I have to find neck plates and tuners for this thing, and that's its own personal hell, and I thought I could put a lot of it together. I was wrong, so we recruited guitar tech wonderkind Brian Kirkner. He is really, really good.
In January, I offered to bring it right down to him at Sam Ash to just get the thing together.
He gets it in his hands, and we get all of the parts together.
And still had to get more parts. I tried to get that to time with the conclusion of the vocal recording. Like everything else on this project, took about 3 or 4 times longer than that, and we basically had to sit out the entire month of February while that guitar was getting repaired. But to his credit, he did a damn good job.
He brought that guitar to life.
I know it was extremely frustrating for him to do that. That's why you'll see his name pop up in our liner notes as well. Because without him, we would have been talking about a totally different outcome to this story.
Brian, again, mentioning you so much to me is a show of gratitude, man. I hope this brings you business because of how much you made this thing possible. Thank you, Brian.
The sound that Max was able to make was cool. It has a great range of sounds that it could do.
We lucked out tremendously by having just this wonderfully sweet sounding guitar that kind of goes from soft and introspective to a little glassy and crystalline, and I was really quite taken with it. When you twinkle around on the strings behind the nut, you get a very tight sounding tone that can sound kind of creepy. It can sound to me like rusty bike spokes.
I felt like we all had the same vision of like the twisted metal of the Ferris wheel and the Jetstar and all the rides and the games.
Yeah. Finally doing it. We're finally going to do some backwards. We're working with guitar. What can we do guitar-wise? So
we can flip it.
Yeah.
You had basically said, that's the one thing we haven't done.
Oh, years, no.
And then the real skin-peeling parts began, where we just literally went through every phrase.
If you ain't gonna run at the first sign, don't get left behind. Lost inside the moment.
Get warmer.
For one thing, there was a dumb note in there.
Dumb note. We don't want any of those.
Just as we cry, see that our knees die, death and destruction brought by the rising tide.
We had these little bits, these couple of bar lines, and it's like, okay, is this going to be a little more busy? Is this going to ascend? Is this going to have some breeze to it? In a way, the guitar kind of became the sea.
That sound, it brings back like just memories of just like great, really good songs and sounds. I feel like that part of the song makes it a Jersey Shore song.
We chose every melodic line. Every melodic line you hear that guitar play is a choice that we made.
It was kind of nervous because at every other stage of the process, I mean, there was always a lot of strong criticism from the Nardino camp. But thank God, Joe and of course Anthony, when they heard what you did, they were like, "This is great."
The guitar became another lead singer, which is what we wanted from the beginning. So I was like, yes, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did it.
It's so American sounding. It is.
Right?
It is so rock and roll. Mm-hmm. It's so good.
It's almost like a fairy tale in some ways. It's the pawn shop guitar that got the second chance. It almost makes you believe in Santa Claus a little more.